a handicap that some people still laugh about. President Joe Biden is very open with his own struggle with it.
5 to 10% of children will stutter at one time or another. For some, it lasts a lifetime. Denise Koch introduces us to a young man who is working to overcome his stuttering.
People don't give me the chance. They judge me based on what they know before how I speak. Once I just speak, that is off.
Victory Ukebu is 24, and as long as he can remember, he has stuttered. As a boy in Nigeria, children made fun of him.
What about teachers and other grown-ups?
Yes.
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 Stuttering is defined as an involuntary disruption in the flow of speech, or disfluency. Approximately 70 million people in the world stutter, 3 million in the U.S. Among them, Elvis Presley, Samuel L. Jackson, Nicole Kidman, Bruce Willis, Marilyn Monroe, James Earl Jones, Emily Blunt, reporter Byron Pitts, Tiger Woods, Winston Churchill, King George VI, and the 46th President of the United States, Joe Biden.
When I was a kid, I talk like that.
Hey, how are you?
It has nothing to do with your intelligence quotient. It has nothing to do with your intellectual makeup.
Victory, who is now getting speech therapy, understands 3 languages and has an engineering degree from UMBC.
Stuttering does not define the person. It's something they do. It's the way they talk.
But speech pathologist Yasmina Abdullah acknowledges the way they talk may stop others from giving them a chance, as Victory finds when applying for jobs.
Like they will act like I don't know what I'm saying, or they will not try to understand me. Then on phone interviews, if I'm speaking, they will hang up. Yeah.
Hang up on you?
Yes.
Most children who stutter begin therapy between the ages of 2 and 4 when it's first recognized. And while it can be caused by a brain injury or trauma, stuttering is most often genetic.
I have stuttered since I was 5 years old. I didn't meet anyone else who stutters until I was 26 years old.
The new documentary, My Beautiful Stutter, by Maryland filmmaker Ryan Geelan, takes us to a camp for young people who stutter, where they share feelings that often include humiliation, isolation, and depression.
A couple of weeks ago, we got a call from a family, and there was a young man who we know who tried to take his own life.
No one has a right. No one has a right to mock it and make fun of it, no matter who they are.
And that's the message the president shared this summer with 13-year-old Braden Harrington, who stutters.
I see him as a role model. He stutters, and that's really, I would say, brave of him to put himself out there for the whole country and to be a leader.
If more individuals like President Biden got up on the platform and said, listen, I stutter, I will stammer, or I may repeat my words, and it's just my pattern of speech. It's who I am.
Victory is a rapper, and many who stutter while speaking are fluent when singing. So I asked him first to speak one of his songs.
People are born with blood. Don't want to see me at the top. They don't what I love. Dolly do the norm.
Next, I asked him to rap the same phrase.
Too many are born with blood, don't want to see me at the top, doing what I love, they only do the norm.
Music allows Victory to share his message. Be proud, don't let the way you talk define you.
Don't hold yourself back, or don't let people hold you back to achieve your dreams.
Well, very impactful, Denise, and this has come to light because of the president.
In many ways, it really has. Although, as we say, statistically, it is extremely common. 1 in 20 children stutter at some point in their life. 75% of them outgrow it, but about 1 in 100 children will stutter their entire lives, their entire adult lives. And it's not always very visible. For instance, if you go to this story on our website, I have 2 links for you to watch. One of them is with the filmmaker Ryan Geelan, who made that film. I've watched the film twice. It's a beautiful documentary. It's going to start airing March 11th on Discovery Plus. So, and then afterwards, after about 6 months, it'll be everywhere, Amazon, everywhere. I highly recommend it. Also, I have a link in there with one of our directors here at WJZ, who came to me when he saw I was doing this story and said, you do know I stutter. I've worked with him for 5 years.
And didn't realize.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
And it's something that he still deals with and will deal with the rest of his life. President Biden's wife says that when he gets tired, Joe Biden, it comes out. It comes out again.
Okay.
So, you know, I think the important thing that the president did this summer, not only by supporting that individual young man, but he has been mentoring and supporting people, young people throughout his life. But what I think he did is say, hey, you can have a speech impediment and be president.
Right.
And it's okay.
Nothing stops you. You just have to address it.
You have to address it, and we need to, as people who don't have stutters, be patient and realize there's nothing wrong with this person. It has nothing to do with their thought process. It's simply the way they speak. And to not think that because they speak that way, gee, I better not give them a job, or, you know, there's something wrong with them.
Right.
No. Destigmatize it and make people realize it's just disfluency in speech. That's all.
And while you said you didn't directly address Amanda Gorman, the new Youth Poet Laureate, we've heard James L. Jones, you know, people, beautiful voices, and you don't realize these things, but now it's come to light a little more prominently than it had been.
Yeah, I mean, you can do exercises, you can get treatment. We have links on our website to not only the therapy group that we talked with, but also to many national organizations that will give you support and put you in touch with people for therapy. But really, Tony, the director here, was telling me he's been doing all this therapy all his life. Comes down to breath, comes down to, you know, disciplining when you're speaking, but it may be with you your whole life.
Right.
And this is something I learned. It's genetic. By and large, 65 to 70% of the time, it's genetic. So if you had an uncle or a grandfather or a mother or somebody who stuttered, it's possible.
Wow, Denise, very enlightening. I'm glad you brought light to this. Thank you.
You're welcome, Tim.
All right.
Thank you.